No kidding. This is crazy if I'm live already. Oh, it's amazing. We made it on today. It's the first time we actually got the stream going, so that's a wonderful thing. It's just a test. I think I'm private, but I'm not sure. Um, I'm not picking it up here, which is interesting. Anyhow, this is wonderful, I guess. Um, Welcome to As Matt Sees It. I can't tell if anybody's, I don't think anybody's on, so we'll keep screwing around. Um, if you happen to pop in, I'm just talking to myself, having a good old time. Uh, what we're going to be doing here is just talking about life, getting through the day. Um, I struggle with that every day. I don't know if everybody does. I know I do. Um, Here we go. Let's see what we're doing here. This one. Anyhow, next few months or weeks, depends on how long it's going to take, I guess, really. Um, will be we will be setting up my studio here, amongst other things, but that's kind of a priority for me. We'll be setting this up on a shoestring budget of nothing. There'll be a lot I'll be doing though. Mostly making an ass out of myself. Huh. Welcome to my world. Anyhow, my internet connection is horrible here, which isn't surprising. So here we go. You got to start someplace, right? I just don't want to waste your time. Here we go. And I definitely don't want to waste mine, but mine's wastable. I don't know. I'm from Wisconsin. We had quite a snowstorm today. Quite a storm. Probably got, I'm thinking 8 to 10 inches, maybe more. I've been outside. I had to venture outside. It's about a 10-foot trek from my back door to my cottage greenhouse. And that is my extent of going outside, which doesn't bother me all that much. That's all I got to do. Oh. But tonight is just kind of an equipment check. Okay. We'll see what works and what doesn't work. Okay, let's see if I can find it here. If you come on when my back's turned, I apologize. There we go. I am live now. Isn't that amazing? I disappeared. There we go. You can see me. Wow. That's spooky. There we go. Anyhow, welcome. This is one place, if you're feeling down and low, life's just beating you up, you can always come here, come see me, come find me, and listen to me spiel for a while. And I'll guarantee you, when you leave, you will be so happy to have your life and not mine. You'll find out how blessed you really are. Just kidding, kind of. Here we go. Okay. Now the question will be, can I stream from that guy? Oh, Lordy, I'm so tired. Here we go again. Now we got about a 20-second delay, it looks like. That's good. I think. Yeah, we know the mic works. I think. Yeah, we know the mic works. I think. We know the mic works. Well, I'll tell you one thing. That's one good-looking guy. I don't know he's on yet. I'll tell you one thing. That's one good-looking guy. I don't know he's on yet. I'll tell you one thing. That's one good-looking guy. That's the third echo. Crazy. That's the third echo. Crazy. I haven't seen this yet. What was that? Oh, 20. Like big, big, interesting. You know what I mean? Just have to do that. There we go. Well, at least we know things are working. And there should be content to this, I suppose. That's what Sean's always saying. By the way, if you ever see this, Sean, thank you very much for the advice. Motivation. Yeah, I did a search today on ASMAT season and said I was going live tonight, so I figured I might as well go live. I had nothing planned, more of an equipment check than anything. And the next few weeks, over the next few weeks, I'll be putting the studio together, so you'll see it. You, if it's of any interest, you'll see a channel being born from the naive to hopefully a little experience. I've done videos a lot, and I posted them on Facebook, but it was mostly for family, and I always enjoyed doing that. This is a little different, I got to admit. It's intimidating, is what it is. So I guess to be honest, I'm grateful that there is nobody watching. I got a million topics running through my head and don't know what to talk about. We can talk about 3D printing. Why I got my printer well over a month ago, probably closer to 2, and I printed one thing on it. Another thing that's intimidating, I keep putting off, but I did a great print. The first one, it's a cat. Came out really nice. If I do say so myself. And that's CR10s by just over $300, I think it was. It wasn't much, and the quality. I never expected this with all the reviews I've seen on it. I just never expected this print. So I'm extremely happy with that. And and I paid attention to all the upgrades and the ones you're supposed to get and the ones you need. And I bought one of them was a heated nozzle, upgrade to that heated nozzle so I could do just about all kinds of filament. And it turns out it came with it. so I didn't need to upgrade. But I did get the second Z motor, and the aluminum top for the extruder. I put that on yesterday. So I'm getting at it, and I've been trying to download prints, just the wheels for the level adjustments, and I get it. I download it. I don't know where they go. I can never find them again. I've done it like 3 times, and they just vanish into computer hell someplace. I used to be good at that with these computers. A little chilly down here. Back in the day, back in the 90s. Once upon a time, I was, believe it or not, an insurance agent. Had my own agency, and computers were just coming out. I mean, they were out, but they weren't affordable. They were expensive back then. And to go online to actually, I mean, anything like this was not heard of. It wasn't around there. But I got a computer, and bought agency management software. Got like $5,000. It was just crazy expensive. And for a one agent agency, I also ran a real estate agency out of the same office, and I had 2 salesmen, a partner and a salesman, and I got this computer, and then I got a cell phone, and that's back when cell phones were not. I got an iPhone around here someplace, but they weren't this. They were the big box that you put in the back of the car, and it was almost like a regular phone set, and expensive. The airtime was just crazy. I had it for 6 weeks, and the bill came in. It was like over $600, and I couldn't figure out where the money went because I had nobody to call. I had horrible reception. I had to drive like 8 miles, get up on this hill to get reception to make a phone call. It was crazy times. I did well in the insurance business for a while, and then I got bored. That's the trouble. My life's trouble. I've had so many careers. It's crazy, and I just get bored. And if I can't continue if I'm bored. And I'm one of those guys that I'm a quick study. I learn things quick. I pick up things really quick. And then it gets old. And when it gets old, I get tired. When I get tired, I don't want to do it anymore. When I don't want to do it anymore, I don't. I move on. I had 2 great careers in my life. One was in my 20s, and I was a commercial diver, deep sea diver down in the Gulf of Mexico. Crazy. It was an occupation that lent itself to my alcoholism big time. It was meant for alcoholics. When you worked your butt off. And when you didn't work, you played. We were on, I worked for a small company, and we were on call 24/7. And the minute you hit the beach, the first thing you did was you rushed home, took all your dirty clothes, stuck them in the washing machine, and then you hit the bars. And generally, you were already wasted by the time you got home. But you had to get your stuff ready because you never knew when you were going to go out. Uh, One time I come in and I think we either docked in Houston or Corpus Christi. I think we came from Corpus, unloaded in Houston, and I lived over by New Orleans and Toma, not Toma, Thibodaux, Louisiana. And you get, as soon as you get on shore, first thing you do is hit the little quick trip Zippy Mart and buy a bottle of rum, a bottle of Coke, dump about half the Coke out, fill it up with rum, and head home. And so by the time I got home from Houston, I was pretty wasted. Got my laundry in and went out partying. Next thing I know, is I come to, and I'm on a work boat, 200, 250 miles offshore already. Had an emergency um, leak, a pipeline that sprung a leak, and they had to get a quick crew out, and they needed an experienced. I was a tender at the time, and lead tender, and they needed somebody uh, with some experience and could handle deep diving. And this was a 300-foot bounce dive, and but they came, found me in the bar, drug me out. Um, I went and looked at my duffel bag because I saw it there. It's full of wet clothes. They just emptied the washing machine into the duffel. Figured I had enough clothes there. But when they wanted you, you went, um, regardless. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was a insane, crazy lifestyle. Um, and that's kind of where I find my comfort zone is that insane, crazy stuff. And I do best in crisis. When things are calm, I'll make a crisis so I can just be comfortable. Anyhow, for coming up, we're going to be starting. I'm going to start plants for hanging baskets out in the greenhouse. I like to have some baskets ready for Mother's Day, and maybe I can sell something this year. With I'll have some video on last year's greenhouse and how that went, and I'll have them posted whenever I can figure out editing. Uh, and it'll give you a glimpse of what last year was like. Started out great, and then I had critter problems. Rabbits infested my gardens, and then woodchucks got in there, and then we had a tornado come through and flooded that part of my property. I live right on the marsh end of a lake, and I got almost 11 acres here, and 10 of them are in marsh, are unusable. And my gardens were right in the corner of that. Anyhow, it flooded, and my pumpkins. I pretty much lost everything. And yeah, it was late in the season, so we cleaned the rest of the year. I cleaned. I still got trees down that I got to clean up. But yeah, you got a bad back, and you're in pain constantly. You do what you can when you can. That's all there is to it. You take every day as it comes. Some days I can work all day long and have a great day, but generally, when I have those, um, I pay for them the next day. And we can talk about pain. I live in constant chronic pain. My normal pain is enough. If a normal person or me before I got hurt and learned what pain was, it would it would put the normal person in the hospital. Pain's a funny thing, and our bodies are amazing. You learn to tolerate, and uh, it's amazing how much pain you can tolerate. For quite a while, I've been disabled now because of this back injury and the chronic pain. And then you throw arthritis on there. I mean, the list just doesn't end. But I used to walk really stooped over all the time and really hated going out in public because you'd run into people and oh God, they feel so sorry for you. And it took a couple of years. The first 3 years, I was on heavy, heavy narcotics, unbelievable amounts. And the cocktail was, I mean, it was amazing. It's no wonder my second wife left me. But it was Vicodin, oxys, morphine, and methadone. We never, I'd go and ask for more, tell them it wore off, and they would increase the prescription. And then we got so high on the Vicodin, we went to the oxy, but they didn't stop the Vicodin. And then ran the gamut of Vicodin, went to morphine, didn't stop the Vicodin or the oxy. So I got the three going. And then I ran it up to, I was really getting concerned about all the mix, and went to methadone because that's a lot safer than all the three I was taking. The amazing part was I still got my Vicodin, my oxys, my morphine, and then the uh, methadone. Yeah, that stuff. Um, and I took it all the way until I couldn't stand life anymore. Did a attempted suicide. By the grace of God, uh, didn't want me, let me come out of that one. And I came out of that one cold turkey. Uh, oh man, crazy! You never want to go cold. You never want to go on those, much less go cold turkey off them. But I made it. And, stayed drug free for 8 years. Well, kind of drug free. After a couple of years, I ran into our old friend, medical marijuana. And by God, it worked. It kept me off the hard stuff, kept me off liquor, gave me a new lease on life. And that brought me almost 8 years on that. Um, Back in another state in another time because it's illegal in the state of Wisconsin. And obviously, I didn't do it in this state. You don't do that. Anyhow, the pain finally outweighed the relief I got from that substance. And I finally had to go back to my pain specialist and got back on um, oxys. And that was a few years ago. And I mean, it really changed my life. It gave me a life back. And then this oxy scare comes out. The war on drugs, seeing marijuana is becoming legal in most states, and eventually it'll be countrywide, and the feds will finally realize that they've lost that battle on something they should never have battled. That's a whole nother rant I can get on. But Now with stopping the war on marijuana or slowing it down, they've got to have a war against something. So all of a sudden, OxyContin's the only painkiller, mild painkiller that works for me. Um, we have a war on that now. And the only reason we have a war on OxyContin is because they have to find somebody. They have to have all the stuff illegal and the wars against it so they keep their jobs. And, you know, the government's screwing up a nut. Why do they have to practice medicine when they're not qualified for it? They control, they're strong arming doctors. The doctor that was prescribing it, supposedly underneath my pain specialist, um, my doctor had left. This new guy comes in, never saw me before, read the flyer on Oxys, cut mine by 30%, and put me on morphine. Well, morphine's the next step, but I'm not ready for morphine yet. I haven't run the Oxy gamut yet because this is a life. When I went back on it, it was a lifetime commitment. And I talked with my specialist, and we're all in the same book. Well, this new doctor cuts me. I go in, I said, you can't do that. I said, you put me with withdrawals. I mean, starting them now, and I will not go through another withdrawal. Not off of these. I can't handle it, I won't make it. And the guy wouldn't listen to me. He wanted to draw me pictures on how narcotics work. And I've been on this painkiller longer than this guy's been a doctor. He's just a young punk. Thought he was Robin Williams played him. That goofy doctor out east that walked around clowning and stuff. I can't think of the guy's name, but I mean, this guy's got bright orange shoes and walks around looking like a clown. And I'm kind of old school. I dress. I'll put on clean clothes or good clothes when I go see a professional. I generally think they deserve that, and that's the way I show respect is that type, dressing up. And anyhow, he refuses to help me, and I said, Doc, you don't understand. I suffer from chronic suicide, depression, suicidal depression, and all my life, and this is putting me right there. That's all I can think about. If you're not going to help me, I have no choices on this. And he sent me home. Wouldn't do a thing. Wouldn't give me back my meds. And all I asked for is until I talk to my pain specialist and we'll get this straightened out. And that's what the old doctor, the one that left, guaranteed me would happen. Well, I come home, go into withdrawals. Suicide followed, and by the grace of God, again, I'm here today. But for that doctor to do that, and I said, you have no, you don't care about the quality of my life. He said, all I care about is the quality of my license. And that's where I said, okay, fine. We're going no place. I got up, left. And he says, we're not done. I said, we're done here. I came to straighten out my medication and you refuse to do it. I have nothing else to talk about. Well, we got this other stuff we got to take care of. These people don't understand these doctors. They got such goddamn attitude. They work for you. You hired them. They're your employee. And they're not God by any means. No, I didn't want to go into this stuff. Anyhow, I made it through there. I'm alive. I'm well. The war on drugs is just employment. Keep the cops employed. God bless them. Anyhow, I'm still fighting with my meds. So, but I got enough to make it through today. So over the course of however long this channel lasts, this is the type of things we'll talk about. Suicides, if you need to, um, depression. I deal with, I'm depressed, deal with depression all my life. And you can deal with it. And you can have a good life. Tricks I use is, the biggest thing is when I feel really depressed and suicidal, I think about suicide every day. But when it's so bad that you're starting to plan on it, what gets me through is I know this too will pass, and it does. You just got to grin and bear it for a couple of hours on another day and talk about it. It's a disease, it's a mental illness, but it doesn't make you crazy, it doesn't make you institutionalized. But you got to talk about it, talk about it, and talk about it. And you'd be surprised how many people suffer from the same thing you do, and they're clueless. They just walk around and feel bad. You don't have to. And the more people that know what's going on with you, they'll be there when you need them. They'll realize it's real. You're not talking suicide just to get attention. Last thing I want is your attention. So we can talk about that. We can talk about. I don't want to talk about politics, but that'd be a good one to get into. Because I'm one of those that believe you work for a living, you get what you pay for. And don't screw around with my disability money, my Social Security that I bought and paid for along with my employer that matched mine. Everybody, me and my employer put all that money in there. The government had nothing to do with it except it demanded that we put it there. Now they want to stick their grubby hands in there and use it up, and not pay it back. Nah, not going to happen. It's just not right. And the little stipends we get for that's what I live on is disability right now. Kick over to retirement Social Security in a couple months now. Not a lot of money. I don't know how normal people do it. I'm not normal, so I know how I do it. But it'd be nice to have enough money coming in on Social Security to know what's in your hot dogs. I'd like to know what kind of meat's in there. But if that's the only complaint I have. Life's good today. God's given me everything I need, and He sure has gone a long way in giving me everything I want. And if I'm unhappy today because of my needs and wants, well, I'm just an ungrateful person because regardless of how bad my finances get, I've always got what I need. I've always got what I need. Not always what I want, but I got what I need. Anyhow, it's getting late. Had a full house tonight. I feel a little bit more comfortable. Don't have such good English, I guess. But if you do happen to see this on a record, I believe it's going to be recorded and put on my site. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you need to talk about something. Post it in the comment. Subscribe if you don't mind. The old drill. But if you want to hang out, I'm going to be trying to do more of these. I'm going to attempt to do a coffee chat every morning. I do better with non-scripted, unscripted stuff. I've really worked hard at trying to get something scripted, and boy, if I wait for that, well, I'd never get on. So, swing by. This is As Matt Season. I'm Matt. I've got my Matthew Braden channel. We'll filter this all out. And then we've got Living Large. And between the three channels, we're going to deal with a lot of stuff. And hopefully, when you come and visit with me, spend time at my house here, that you walk away with something that put a smile on your face or made you think. You get something out of here. That's all I want. That's all I ask for. And I hope I don't waste your time. I really don't. And for me, it's not wasting my time because I love to talk. This is my social outlet. It will be. I'm a recluse. I don't like leaving my property. I don't like people in general. I don't like the way humanity has become. I'm just old school. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. I hold the door. Chivalry's not dead in Endeavor, Wisconsin. I try to respect my elders. When I first meet you, you got 100% respect. Only you can take that away from me, the respect I have for you. And you don't get it back. I'm too old for multiple chances. You got one shot at me. And if you want to be my friend, you want to hang with me, you're more than welcome to make it, and we'll make it count. If you don't, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Adios. But I'd sure like to have you hang out, and we'll conquer this world together. So if you got some time, swing by. I'm going to call it a night. Thank you for swinging by and stopping in. We'll see you in the morning. Adios.